guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Walker Ford in Clearwater, Florida, because many of you have been waiting for this one, and so have I. This is that updated 2019 F-150 limited edition, and we're going to show you some of those surprises that are lurking underneath the hood and in that interior. But let's go ahead and just dive right in. We know all about this F-150. Really like the styling, still looking good even with that tough competition from Ram, from Chevrolet, from GMC. I love the upscale feel of the Limited's grille, really nice with this silver and then this like a metallic gray slots. And then as we work our way down, this platinum white pearl is just mind-blowing when it comes to just popping in the sun. I would definitely check off that box on the Limited. Really just makes it look so classy. Love the shape of the front grille. You can see those steel toe hooks here. Wonderful setup with the fog lights. And I really think that Ford hit the nail on the head with the shape of the grille. I really like the C design to it. Full LED lighting. If I'm gonna zonk the front of this Limited pickup truck, it's definitely gonna be, believe it or not, the word Limited. I wish they would have embossed this into the actual hood instead of having these emblems here. It really just kills the line of the front of the hood for me, and I just feel like over time, how is that going to age these emblems up here? But Limited is proudly displayed because guess what? Underneath that hood is a new motor choice. It is that Raptor engine ripped out from underneath the hood of the Ford Raptor and put underneath the hood of this Limited. No changes, 450 horsepower. Let's go ahead and continue on the side. Really like with the Limited how this little addition of a fender flare just adds to the appeal of the truck, gives it a nice aggressive look. And then feast your eyes on these. I mean, bling bling, 22-inch wheels. Here's the problem. They look great. If you go with the 22-inch wheel, the issue is going to be towing. So when we get to the tow numbers in a little second, you're going to see that we lose some towing capability because of the wheels and because of the softer suspension that's lurking behind those fenders. But like I said, underneath the hood is that Raptor engine. But really just think it works well with that beautiful white color. Nicely done. You have a prominent F-150 Limited badge on the side. If I'm gonna zonk this one, I like to see something a little bit more upscale. It's got the Limited here, but I think some of this black, it's obviously plastic, kind of takes away from the overall flow of it. But it's weird because here it makes sense on the Ford. I don't like how some of the other brands are putting their names up here on the fender. It doesn't seem to fit right. As we get into these very nice large mirrors, you can see more of that beautiful white pearl sparkling in the sun like a diamond. This is a super crew cab, so when it comes to options, there's really not a ton for the Limited unless you want to, you're deciding two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. This one is a 4x4. That really is the way to go with your tow package and all the other goodies. As we go down the side, you have these silver handles. I'm gonna zonk it. I wish they were shiny silver because of just this being the Limited. So I don't really think that that was the best way to go, but it does blend in well with the front grille. Continue down the side, you can see the use of some chrome on the bottom portion, near the bottom portion of the window here on the top of the door. As we get into the bed, now this bed is a 5.5-foot bed. You can see the continuation of that fender flare. If you're wondering, well, Joe, if this is going down the road, how do I tell if it's a 2019 F-150 Limited, that all-new Raptor engine underneath the hood? Here it is. This is how you tell. You can see the dual exhaust taken from the Raptor, put on the Limited. I'm glad that they went with a nice chrome tip, nice slash cut style, and I really just think the back of this truck looks so classy with the Limited badging, the white color on the metal bumpers. Really ties it all in together. You can see this one, like I said, has the tow package. You got all your hookups and everything, which is really nice, up out of the way. But that really is going to be the one thing you need to look for, those tailpipes. That'll tell you right away this is a 2019. As we open up the tailgate, I love that nice soft release. I still think this is one of the best steps in the business when it comes to a pickup truck. 1, 2, 3, you're in the back of the truck. This one has the optional Ford bed liner in it, which is really going to keep the back end protected. I guess if I'm going to zonk the inside of this bed, I'd like to see more tie-down hooks. You have a few, they're present, but I like to see more, especially when compared to some of the other competitors. You got a power sliding rear window, which is a really smart deal, but I really think at the end of the day, for somebody who's getting in and out of the bed a lot on the truck, this really is the best way to have it. Let's go ahead. We talked about the outside. Let's check out that Raptor engine underneath the hood. All right, guys, here we are underneath the hood of the 2019 F-150 limited edition. This wasn't something where they took the engine from last year and did some updates to bring it to Raptor spec. That literally is the 3.5 liter V6 EcoBoost engine. Remember, when we say EcoBoost, we're talking about twin turbochargers. You're looking at 450 horsepower, 510 foot-pounds of torque. That is tree stump pulling torque. MPGs, 18 in the city, 25 on the highway. It's even made it to the same 10-speed automatic transmission. Wonderful transmission to help pull and get you down the road. In two-wheel drive, this truck will tow 11,100 pounds. In 4x4, you're looking at around 9,000 pounds. That's what I was telling you when it comes to the versatility and how there's a difference in what you could tow. Payload, two-wheel drive is 1,520 pounds. Four-wheel drive is 1,270 pounds. In the end, you're looking at around a truck that weighs, in 4x4 mode, 5,400 pounds. If you're going two-wheel drive, it weighs around 5,100 pounds. I like the way they didn't make any changes to the EcoBoost from the Raptor. They brought everything over, all the larger intercooler, the same tune, the whole 9 yards to get the kind of power that this truck deserves. Let's go ahead and fire up the EcoBoost. Alright guys, we're inside the 2019 F-150 Limited. If you're wondering, what are some other surprises for 2019? This is one you're not really going to love. A 2019 F-150 Limited is about $6,000 more than last year. So that Raptor motor and some of the updates in the interior don't just come without a price. And that's what you're looking at. At the end of the day, this one, the way you see, 4x4, basically fully loaded, is around $74,600. Let's get into the changes on the interior. Starts on the door panel. Check out how they brought the leather from the armrest up all the way on the top of the door sill. That is going to be another extra touch I like to see on this particular grade of F-150. I love the contrast stitching. You can see also that they've continued to use that wood grain. And if you've ever wondered, well, what the heck is the name of that wood grain on that truck? They call it axe swirl, believe it or not. So when you're chopping down your next tree, you could think about that axe in your hand and how they took the name and added it to the interior of the wood grain on the truck. More of that beautiful leather up on the dash. I love the contrast stitching. There's more of that wood grain finish on the inside there. Also, what you're gonna find is I love in this particular truck the camelback interior. This stuff, it's so comfortable and it looks so classy. I love the tan with the brown. I've never really been a tan guy or a brown guy when it comes to my interior, but I like the way they put the badging, and I love the way they just blend it all together. Obviously, these seats are air conditioned and heated, very nicely done, so comfortable. This truck you could drive for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Fully electric for both driver and passenger, as you would expect in a truck that costs $74,600. The armrest. I think Ford is one of those companies that's doing the armrest really great. I love the size of it. You can see that limited badge there. It tells you your VIN and it tells you your production number. So this is 1169th F-150 Limited for 2019. Another area that I think Ford does it really well, especially when compared to the new Chevy Silverado, is the center console area. I like how we still have a shifter here. On the Silverado, they have the shifter up here. I like it here with the leather, same leather as from the seats. Very nicely done. You can take your phone and slot it in here, which is a nice play. Also, the dual cup holders, and then you have this wonderful sliding storage area for your phone, 2 USB ports, and then when you want it closed, very nicely finished in that leather. I like the silver, I like the shiny silver, especially around like the air vents, and that's another nice touch that they brought in for the 2019 is that wonderful silver around this whole air vent area. You got plenty of power when you need it, and then you got that usual sync system, wonderful infotainment. It has obviously all the different camera angles you need. It has navigation and all those wonderful things. And I really think it was smart how how Ford, where did I go with that? How Ford has separated the controls there with the AC compared to where the radio controls are. You have your dial to go from 2 high all the way to 4-wheel drive automatic, 4 high and 4 low. Those obviously could be switched on the fly. And then up top, nice suede headliner. That's that whole limited trim touch to it, and a full panoramic sunroof that's really going to allow the light to come in, not only for you up front, but also for the people out back. Why don't you come on over here and I'll show you the business end behind the wheel. All right, guys, it's time to come inside the F-150 Limited. When you open up the doors, very nice feature. You have those automatic dropping running boards. Makes life easy to get in and out of your Limited F-150. I love here on the lower sill the nice use of the silver with Limited that lights up when you open and close that door. You can see this seat, you could adjust it 20 different ways from Sunday. Really make it perfectly comfortable for you behind the wheel of this F-150 Limited. Let's go ahead, come on in and I'll fire it up for you. That new EcoBoost Raptor motor coming to life. You have 2 wonderful analog gauges, which are really nice. And then you have that digital display in the center, which you could go through all sorts of different readings to have it figured out whatever way you want, your odometers, all that good stuff. Fuel range. Across the top, I like the use of the digital graphics for oil pressure, oil temp, your fuel. I think that's really smart how they blended that all together. And then you have a really wonderful size steering wheel with all the controls that you could think of perfectly placed. I like the use of that darker silver that they took from the center console all the way up onto the steering wheel. Another nice touch, I don't know if Tom, I'm gonna lift up my legs here, is this little cubby right here. There's actually a slot where you could put things down here on the side as well. So that's another nice touch that they really have it well thought out for you to put different items in this truck wherever you want to. Push button start, keyless entry, the whole 9 yards, especially at this level. Let's go ahead and I'll show you off that back seat. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we're in the back seat of this Super Crew Cab F-150 Limited. I'm telling you right now, there's not many different vehicles where I can say, hey, I love the back seat just as much as the front seat. I may even like it more because the whole point of being back here is just to relax and be chauffeured wherever that you need to go. But tons of leg room, tons of headroom, even with the panoramic sunroof. Because usually, remember, panoramic sunroofs can bring back down that ceiling closer to your head, but there's still plenty of room here. Let's focus on the back of this bad boy. So you have dual air vents for the passengers back here. You got your wonderful power sources, which is really smart. Everything that you could need for your kids, for your passengers, so that their stuff will not die and then they got to annoy you. You got heated seats back here, which is a nice touch, and just tons of space. When it comes to these seats, same camelback, wonderful material. I never thought in a million years I'd say I like brown and tan, but I'm digging it. Check out the wonderful leather armrests here. Now you're probably saying, hold on a second, there's no cup holders. Well, first of all, you got 2 cup holders here, and then second of all, check this out. Ford engineered 2 more cup holders just in case your kids are that thirsty. You can make them happy no matter what. And isn't that really what you want to do at the end of the day? Because when they're happy, you're happy. Close that back up. Yeah, like I pointed out before, that power sliding rear window here is a nice touch, especially if something needs to be passed through. And then to wrap it off, like we pointed out up front on the door panels, that extra use of leather on the 2019 at the top with that X swirl cut wood there really makes it very nice. I think you know, when you look at the appointments and the quality and the attention to detail, there's a lot of good stuff happening here. Talking about it's great. Let's take, finally, right? You're probably like, finally, 450 horsepower F-150 Limited. Let's go take it for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Walker Ford here in Clearwater, Florida. We're in the 2019 F-150 Limited with that Raptor engine. Let's see what happens. On the loud pedal, 10-speed drops down. She pulls like a freight train, like we said. 450 horsepower, over 500 of stump pulling torque, and wrapped in such a high quality fit and finish cabin and body. This is what I love about F-150s. There's such a variety. It almost reminds me of the muscle car days. When you go into a dealership, there's so many different ways you could option these trucks. When you go the limited route though, you're kind of shoehorning yourself into some really good things. You get that Raptor engine, like I said, that Raptor grade 450 horsepower. You're gonna get the full suite of all the safety features, the wonderful camelback leather interior, lots of different trim added to the truck. There's really not a lot of option boxes you have to check off. You have to decide for yourself, are you going two-wheel drive? Are you going 4x4? I would definitely recommend the bed liner. That's a $595 option. And then of course with a truck, I would think you're gonna need the tow package to help tow the things that you love and enjoy, or that are work related. So those are basically what the things you're looking at. Now, like I said, I'll reiterate it again. You're looking at an MSRP of around $74,600. I know that is not a very low price, but remember, you're getting a lot for that money. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to slot in at the top of the spectrum, you got many different ways to get into an F-150, from XLT to Lariat to Platinum, King Ranch, so on and so forth. And that's the thing I love about these different trucks from Ford. Air conditioned seats, wonderful. Remember, I'm 6 feet, 200 pounds. I sit in here snug as a bug in a rug. It's that wonderful. Armrests. I'll be honest, when I did the Silverado review, new 2019, I was not impressed that much with the interior. In the F-150, you feel better. Now, I got to get into a Ram. Obviously, that was North American Truck of the Year for 2019, but it's going to be tough, I think, between Ram, between GMC. I'm sure eventually Toyota is going to be bringing an updated Tundra, because we all know that the interior in their truck has been a little lacking, especially if you saw my Tacoma review. But just idling here, I love the visibility. I love the panoramic sunroof. I mean, how can you not like this truck besides the price? That's probably going to be the thing. I'm sure you guys are putting it right now in that comment section. $74,000 for Ford F-150. But you got to compare apples to apples here. Go look at a GMC Denali. Go look at many of the other high option trucks. That's the price point that you're looking at. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see 0 to 60. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Over that hump, lots of power. This truck gets up and goes in a hurry. You could use this. You're late for work. You're gonna get there on time. You're gonna make up that lost time, I promise you. And you're gonna do it in appointments that are really fit for a king. But merging out onto this highway here, visibility's great, out of the mirror, very nicely done. Ford with the whole layout of just all the controls. Like I said, we have that tried and true sync system. I love this system, so easy to use, so easy to get through. You know, you go to the home screen, very quick. You want to change your climate, you hit the climate button. You got obviously dual climate control, everything done right on the screen. Or if you're not into touch screens, you got your traditional buttons as well. So that's a wonderful thing in here that just makes the whole package that much more enticing. I like what Ford did with the new 2019 Limited. I like the addition of the leather on the top of the door panel. There is still some of that harder plastic. I would say that's going to be a zonk for me. Remember, this truck is almost $6,000 more than the same option truck limited edition from last year. For that kind of money, you hear that? You know what's knocking at the door? That's they're asking for the $6,000. For that kind of money, I would like to see this leather go all the way across the top of the door panel, around the window controls and whatnot. But other than that, I'm going to be hard pressed to find a lot of issues with this F-150. Just because, like I said, I really think that when they came out with this design a few years ago, it went right to the front as the class leader, and a lot of the competitors have been playing catch up. So yes, you may say, hey, I like the new Ram. Let's see what Ford is going to continue to bring us as we're rolling out here. I'm going to go ahead and do another step on that loud pedal. Drops down. Wonderful. Quiet, smooth. I mean, it really has a nice feel. I like the gauge layout in these F-150s. And like I said, with the panoramic sunroof, you're bringing plenty of that Florida sunshine in, and it feels good because guess what? I'm sitting on air-conditioned seats, and I like it, and they're comfortable. All right, guys, just to give you a little bit of an idea, what is it like driving the 2019 F-150 Limited with that Raptor EcoBoost engine? Remember, that's that 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo. It's a breeze. You know, if you have not been in a bigger truck lately, you need to get into an F-150 ASAP because they're so easy to drive, very comfortable, very quiet. Just cruising along here, 65, it's a breeze. I really, really like the overall fit and finish of everything. And you have to take in consideration, I know when I told you about those tow numbers, the numbers have been brought down. There's some reasons for that. 22-inch wheels, that's going to lower your tow rating. The softer suspension, the Limited has a different suspension tune to it than the other F-150s. So that is another factor as well that's going to lower some of those towing capabilities. But if you're not looking at towing the heaviest thing every single day, this really is a great option, especially if you can slot in at that higher price point because you're getting a lot of truck. And the power, I know we can all say, I want a V8, I want a V8. Listen, drive one of these, I'm telling you, when it comes to power, you're not gonna have issues. And you're not gonna miss that V8. Especially with MPGs. That's also always a good thing as well. Tip in, feels really good. I'm gonna go ahead and get on it. Drops down. This truck is quick, I'm telling you, this truck is quick, and it will surprise you in a heartbeat. I promise you that. As we merge, if you need to merge, and you're like, oh, I need to get over, guess what? You do it with breeze. I mean, look at that. It's just like, we're in, we're good. So anyways, hopefully this gives you a great idea of what this Raptor-powered F-150 is all about, the Limited is all about. We're gonna head our way back to Walker Ford and do the wrap up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been an awesome day here at Walker Ford. I'm so glad you got an opportunity to see the power of that Raptor motor in the 2019 F-150 Limited. I definitely got to give a huge shout out to Frank Walker, Weston Walker, Tracy, Steven, Austin, Benji. Everybody here at Walker Ford is so accommodating, so welcoming of Rady's Rides, and they just love for us to keep coming back out for more and more because they know you guys love Ford products and we're here to bring it to you. If this is the stuff you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel, on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for your support and your love and your care. You know my different forms of social media. Check those out. Rady's Rides original content all the time. If you want some Rady's Rides merch, click that link right in the description of this video. Takes you right to Spreadshirt. We then have to end it off with Cameraman of the Year. He got an award sent to him in the mail from YouTube. Big Guns McGee, Tom Mosher. He's getting ready for his next competition, so wish him some luck. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.